So should you be playing flanker or should you be playing number 8? My name's Hassan and welcome back to the channel, guys. I make videos on YouTube helping rugby players improve their knowledge and boost their skill set to hopefully allow them to play at a higher level. Now in today's video we're going to be doing another comparison video of two different positions and kind of giving you the insights and pointers on which position might be more suited to you. I'm going to be going through some of the personality traits and a few of the different responsibilities for each of these two roles, looking at obviously in the back row, the flanker and the number 8, and hopefully by the end of it you'll have a better idea of which position might be suited for you, because you may be kind of thinking at the moment, I might be suited to either or position, but you're not quite sure. This video might be the one to tip you over the fence for either or. So hopefully this video is useful for you guys and I hope it does help you. So with that being said, let's get straight into it. So the first thing I want to do is basically just talk about the different roles for each of these two positions. Now with the flanker, obviously I would say a flanker is an all out forward. Your job is to be physical, be a nuisance, get involved in all of the physical aspects of rugby, the rucks, the scrums, the mauls, the line-outs, the tackling. Everything is kind of emphasised when you're a flanker, And I think it's very important that, as a flanker, you need to be physical, you need to be smart, and you need to be always close to the action and always supporting. But on the other hand, a number 8, I would say, is a much more versatile player. I would say they're almost a hybrid of the two. A number 8 to me is almost like a flanker and a centre combined. In that sense, I mean, your main job there is to link the backs to the forwards, especially being at the back of the scrum. And as a number 8, I feel like you're expected to have the hands and the distribution skills of like an inside centre, but then you've also got to be able to, be built like a second row almost. And, you've got to have the physicality of a big tight head prop. So, you're very much a hybrid in terms of the role, in terms of the expectations as a player for yourself. So that's kind of differentiating the two roles. Let's have a look at some of the more specialised areas of the game and looking at how each of those positions play into that. So let's have a look at the scrums firstly. Obviously with the scrums, the back row is right at the back of the scrum, is kind of in the name. And for the flankers, if we look at those first, flankers attached to each side of the scrum and they are pushing into the back of the props, and they're going to be providing power and stability to the scrum. But also it's very important to know that once the ball is out of the scrum, the flankers are very much easily able to detach from the scrum and, in attacking situations provide support, but in defence also being able to cover both sides of the scrum and be able to make a quick, efficient tackle. But if we look at the number 8, the number 8 has a completely different job, I would say. The number 8 is right at the back of the scrum. You're able to conduct the pace of play and what happens next with the game, especially when it's an attacking scrum. Your job can consist of many things. Firstly, you're going to be controlling the ball at your feet once it reaches you, and from here you have a decision to make. You have so many different options. You have being able to keep the ball in the scrum if your team is gaining momentum and pushing the opposition back. You may look to continue looking after the ball in the scrum to try and earn a penalty. You might look to try and display the ball for the scrum half, just quickly take out the back of the scrum and distribute it to the backs. You may look to pick and go, which is another option, a very good attacking option. Or you may look to run the ball out of the scrum and then eventually pass out to the scrum half, creating some extra space and more attacking options further down the attacking line. So I think number 8 has a lot more, emphasis, especially in attack, but flankers also have a lot more of a, more structured and more physical aspect out of the gates when it comes to a scrum, because they can detach quickly and be involved straight away with the next phase of the game. Next thing I want to talk about is carrying. When a flanker receives the ball, more often than not, they're looking to play a supportive role, either looking to distribute the ball, or if they have to run it in, they'll run it in. But more times than not, flankers can be seen running support lines and looking to clear out rooks and be within the area of the breakdown, looking to either steal the ball in defence or looking to clear out and, look after the ball when you guys are attacking. But then if we look at the number 8, the number 8 is by all means the go-to ball carrier. Their job is when things get messy, you know, let's say for example the opposition have lost the ball and it's been stripped, your team now has possession. The number 8's job is to simply receive that ball and run straight into contact. Every time a number 8 receives the ball, whether it's off the 9 or the 10, their job is to run straight into the wall of contact, into the defenders, and looking to gain 2 meters at least every single time, you know, boosting that confidence and bringing that momentum to the attacking side, ultimately kickstarting the attacking phases and trying to build that momentum, eventually leading to you guys scoring a try. So it's very important that, you know, your number 8 is a very dominant ball carrier and a very confident one at that. You know, understanding what it takes to be a good ball carrier is one thing, but being effective at it is another. And then the last thing I want to talk about is the defensive traits of each position. Flankers are very much so the technical workhorses of the team. You know, they're always involved in the tackles and breakdown, looking, you know, for those jackals or securing and clearing out the rooks. Very nitty work that the flankers will be doing, and they're very much so in the center of the field, looking to, you know, stay close to the rooks and really, you know, follow the ball around the park. And then if we look at the number 8, the number 8 has a lot more defensive freedom in my opinion. The number 8 is able to, you know, have the opportunity to fan out wider into the, you know, the outfield. They're able to tackle smaller players as well if they are able to get themselves in the right position of the field. So sometimes you may be able to see like a number 8 tackling a outside centre or a winger at times if they're able to, you know, line them up properly. And this is good because not only does it create a dominant hit pushing the opposition backwards, it can also create an opportunity for one of your teammates to get a steal and a jackal and win the ball back. I think this is great for number 8 because it also allows them to, you know, sometimes fan back and act as an additional fullback, because they can roam about in the outfield a lot more. Sometimes you'll see a number 8 actually tag along with the fullback, and once the fullback is under the high ball and successfully caught it, sometimes the number 8 will typically receive the ball and run onto it and carry that ball into contact with a 10 meter or so run up, and that can be very effective. So those are the main differences between obviously your flanker and your number 8. And I hope I have, you know, summarized the main differences between these two roles. I personally play prop, so I've just given some of the pointers that I know from my own rugby knowledge, and hopefully you found this useful. If you think there's anything that I did miss out, please let me know in the comment section, as I'm sure not only myself but the other viewers watching this video can find that useful. So with that being said guys, if you found today's video useful, please do leave it a like and make sure you subscribe to the channel as well, just so you can be notified when I do upload. I'm trying to upload as frequently and as regularly as possible to ultimately give you guys as much advice and info on how you can improve as a rugby player and play at a high level. So I just want to thank you guys for watching this entire video, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you.